Are you one to keep a journal? They say it's a wonderful way to promote well-being, to unpack the day that was and just leave it on the page. An excellent way to manage your state of mind during the end of days, perhaps. Well, Apple are onto this, and they have developed a new app to encourage people to take a little time for this simple but worthwhile task. Matt, a digital diary, not a bad idea, but how is this one more user-friendly than a piece of paper and a pen?
Well, my mum was an absolute diary fanatic. It's pretty dedicated, though. You've got to be really keen to sit down at the end of the day and start to write down those things, and you might really want to do it, but life gets in the way and you don't end up doing it.
We live such full lives and our heads just get so full these days, and I often...
So that's all fascinating, but what they've done in the latest iOS update from Apple, iOS 17.2 that's released in, is they've basically got a new journaling feature, and to help us out, to make it easier for us, at the end of the day, it'll give us a little prompt with some photos or some location data, maybe some call logs, so just a bit of a prompter. And so then as part of your journal, you can make a few notes. And what they found looking at it so far is that the people writing some notes there are doing it more like a social media post where it's just a quick snapshot, a quick summary, not details like my mum used to do, but here's a photo. I was at the whatever it was today, went and did that today. Or call logs. Ring James today, haven't spoken to him in a few weeks, good to catch up. Just some little notes like that. The idea is you look at it in a year, 2 years' time, it's a bit of a prompter. I remember that day I rang James. That was a great conversation we had. So it's that type of thing, but having all these little prompts there to help you out, because sometimes you get to the end of the day and you do forget what you've done, and then you look at a photo. That's right. This morning I was out with the kids, taking the dog for a walk.
And this thing dies as soon as it feels like a chore. It dies. You stop doing it.
Correct. That's exactly right. If someone said, "I want you to journal every day. Here's a bit of paper. Go and do it," you wouldn't do it. Or here's a tool on your computer. Go and do it. But when it prompts and you look at it, that's right. I'll make a note about that, and you save that in there. The idea is be able to go back and look at it. They do talk about, some of the experts talk about the fact that it does help with your mental health, just to basically relax, calm down, and just think about your day just for a minute, just for a couple of minutes. And that's where Apple's coming from this journal feature. I mean, Apple, where they're really coming from is they want you so linked into the Apple ecosystem that you wouldn't even think about going to an Android phone. That's the real bottom line here, as much as Apple would like to say we're looking after your mental health. But it's actually quite interesting. It probably becomes more a bit of a digital scrapbook, more so than a full journal feature, because it is showing you these various pictures and things you did during the day. But if you write a few notes there, I think it's not a bad tool to look at. And even when you see on whatever phone you use, sometimes there'll be some reminders come up that say, 3 months ago you were doing this, or a year ago, an anniversary, a year ago, this is what you're doing. Some of those are actually quite nice just to reflect back on.
That's right.
And you forget about all the stuff you've done. You do so much stuff in a day. You forget about, on a day-to-day basis, forget about year-to-year basis, or maybe that's just me getting old, James.
But a picture tells 1,000 words, and it's lovely to get those little reminders on your phone. But to have a little bit more detail about what that day was about.
Yeah, that's right. And even the imperfect memory that we have, that's a big problem that we have, is that we can remember the story, if you like, but the detail, you go to the accurate detail of what happened. You have 3 people at the same event and say, what colour jumper was James wearing? And they'll all either not know or have different colours they'll come up with. So it's hard for us to get the detail right. That's where computers are really good.
Remembering the memory.
Correct.
And then remembering the memory of the memory.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it gets distorted like a Chinese whisper each time.
Well, when someone says, I remember when I was 5 years of age and this happened, you don't really remember what happened at 5 years of age. At 6, you might have remembered at 5, and then at 7, you remember at 6, and as you said, you're remembering all those memories, and they get slowly twisted
Well,
along
I'm
the
now
way.
consoling myself with those memories that you find really embarrassing, those really embarrassing moments where you wish you hadn't done this or that. I'm now thinking, I'm probably remembering it completely wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
how I'm now addressing those.
Change the narrative.
I definitely